Picture this. You're in a quiet hermitage in ancient India. Sunlight is streaming through these massive banyan trees. It's right here that one of the most mind-bending conversations in history is about to go down. And it's all about wealth, love, and what reality even is. So let me ask you something. Could a single question be more valuable than all the money on Earth? I mean, imagine being offered everything you could possibly dream of. Now, what if you had one question that made all of that stuff seem completely pointless? Well, that's exactly where our story kicks off. All right, so let's meet our main character, the great sage Yajnavalkya. This guy is a legend. He's a master of ancient wisdom, he's won all the book debates, and yeah, he's become pretty wealthy and successful. But he gets to this point in his life where he decides, I'm done. He's ready to renounce it all, to just walk away from his attachments and find what's real. So what does he do? He calls his two wives. First, there's Katyani, who is pretty happy with the comforts of life. And then there's Maitreyi, who's always been more of a deep thinker, very spiritual. He makes them a simple offer. I'm leaving, and I'm going to split everything I own right down the middle, between the two of you. This moment right here sets up this incredible choice between material wealth and a totally different kind of treasure. And this is the pivot point. Katyani's like, great, thank you, and she accepts her share. But Maitreya, she just pauses. You can tell she's not satisfied. And what she says next, well, it changes everything. I mean, really think about what's on the table. We're not just talking about being comfortable. This is king-level wealth, a life where you'd never have to worry about a single material thing, ever again. But for Maitreyi, something really, really important is missing from that picture. And there it is, the question that just cuts through all the noise. She looks right at her husband, this great sage, and she asks him, with just total sincerity, if I owned this entire world, everything in it, would that make me immortal? This is the question that's worth more than any kingdom. And his answer is just as powerful. No long speech, no complicated philosophy. Just one word, no. He tells her, look, you'd live a very comfortable life, just like other rich people, but you would still die. Wealth just cannot buy its way out of our ultimate fate. For Maitreyi, that settles it. It's a no-brainer. If all this money can't give her the one thing that actually matters, immortality, eternal truth, then what good is it? It's useless. So she pushes it all aside and asks for something way more valuable, the knowledge that leads to the eternal. Wow. Yajnavalkya is just so moved by this. He sees she's for real. He's not just a husband dividing up his stuff anymore. Now he's a master, about to teach the highest wisdom there is, a lesson that's been recorded in one of the oldest philosophical texts we have, the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. And he starts by totally flipping our idea of love on its head. So he introduces this huge concept, the Atman. You can think of it as the true eternal self. He says, look, we don't love our husband or our wife or our kids just for them. We love them for the sake of this eternal self that's shining through them. It's a wild idea that all the love we feel is just a reflection of our connection to this one, single, universal consciousness. Now that's a pretty abstract idea, right? So to make it concrete, he uses this absolutely brilliant analogy, one that people have been talking about for thousands of years. He tells Maitreyi to imagine dropping a lump of salt into a bowl of water and letting it completely dissolve. You can't see the lump of salt anymore, can you? It's gone, vanished. But if you take just one drop of water from anywhere in that bowl, the top, the bottom, doesn't matter, it tastes salty. Yajnavalkya says that's exactly what the self is like. It's invisible, but it's the essential flavor of every single part of existence. It's everywhere. Okay, so Maitreyi is starting to get it. She's seeing this unity. But then comes the practical question. That's great, but how do I actually realize this? How do I experience it for myself? It's one thing to hear it, but another to live it. So Yajnavalkya switches gears from the what to the how. He teaches her this famous method called neti-neti, which literally means not this, not that. See, the self is so big, you can't really describe what it is. So instead, you get to it by figuring out what it is not. It's not your body, it's not your thoughts, it's definitely not your money. You just keep peeling away all these layers of what you think you are until you find that silent observer in the background. That's the ultimate reality. And he gives her a clear 3-step roadmap. Step 1, you have to hear the truth from someone who's been there. Step 2, you have to reflect on it, Really chew on it, question it, until it clicks for you intellectually. And finally, step 3, you have to meditate on it, to go beyond just thinking about it and actually experience it as your own reality. To really hammer the point home, he uses these beautiful metaphors about music. You can't grab the sound of a drum by just grabbing one piece of the drum skin, right? The sound comes from the whole thing. Same with a conch shell or a lute. In exactly the same way, the self is the undivided harmony of everything. Seeing things as separate, that's the illusion. So now we're reaching the grand finale of this teaching. Yajnavalkya has laid it all out: the nature of reality, the illusion of being separate, and the path to see the truth. And now he reveals the ultimate payoff for all this work. And this is the great promise. The person who truly knows the self as their own real identity is free from fear, completely. Think about it. If you are one with literally everything, what is there to be afraid of? Death is just a change of form, not an end. And sorrow, which always comes from losing something you're attached to, just dissolves. This is what true immortality really is. And Maitreyi, she gets it. The light bulb goes on, the wisdom has fully landed. She understands that what she just received is infinitely greater than any amount of gold or land. She thanks her husband, her teacher, and acknowledges that he has given her the only gift that truly lasts forever. And with that, his job is done. Yajnavalkya just peacefully walks away from it all, into the forest to live as a hermit. And Maitreyi, now armed with this life-changing knowledge, fully commits to her new path, the path of wisdom. The deal is done, not an exchange of wealth, but an exchange of truth. So what's the big takeaway here? This amazing story from the ancient Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, it's not just some old tale. It's a timeless reminder that the greatest treasure, the thing that brings real fearlessness and freedom, isn't something you can go out and buy. It's already inside you. It's the boundless, eternal self within. And that kind of leaves us with one last question to think about. Maitreyi chose timeless wisdom over temporary riches. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? In our own lives, what illusions are we clinging to? What fleeting comforts are we chasing? And what are we ready to leave behind to find something a little more true?